Our design is the master bedroom and sitting room of the transitional unit at the St. Regis. And we started with the fabrics. We were approached by Kravet and Lee Joffe, and they offered to help us with fabric selections. So we just poured through all of their fabrics and started with the drapery and also the yellow color scheme, the yellow and gray color scheme. We wanted traditional colors, but also to have a little edge and a transitional feel. All of our upholster pieces are from either Kravet or Lee Joffe, and again, all of the fabrics are from Kravet and Lee Joffe. Most of them are actually a new line called Threads, and they have a great transitional look. The draperies in the sitting room, the gray wool sateen is a Threads, and then it's accompanied with a Kravet, more of a traditional, elegant braid running down the leading edge. And then after that, we started with art. And we went to Bennett Street Gallery. Behind me, you'll see a Jen Bradley piece. And we are also showcasing one of those in the master bedroom over the bed. The ceilings are at least 12 feet. And you just have so much room to play with in these units. We have a very high, unusually high headboard, but we still had plenty of room for art to bring your eye up. And we were also very excited to use Tracy Sharp in the two pieces on paper. We've actually used her mother before, Felice Sharp, and we were crazy about her work. And then we found these in a gallery, fell in love with them, and put it together that it was Felice's daughter. So we're thrilled to have that as a part of our room. We discovered these beautiful Murano glass lamps at the Mercantile owned by Barbara Heath in the Brookhaven neighborhood. And they just have a very interesting history. They're circa 1950. So we used another pairing of those in the master bedroom. We also used some sculpture in the room by an artist, Carl Dow. And very interesting, we have a male and a female. And it's porcelain and metal. And when they're both of these elements are put into a kiln together, that's what causes the cracks in the sculpture, because they're not harmonious elements. For the accessories, we wanted to keep them light, but we wanted to find interesting pieces with history and character. We found at Angie Tyner Antiques this very cool Chinese headdress. It's a silver headdress, and we just turned it upside down and put some apples in it, but it makes a very interesting shape and accessory. My mother and I love to just scout around and look for things that speak to us, and we have fallen in love with opaline, and she found these beautiful newel post finials, and they're hand-blown crystal, and then opaline is blown over it, and then the design, the pattern is hand-cut. And sometimes they call these 1,000 eyes because the openings reflect over each other, and it looks like there are 1,000 openings. And they're just very interesting and soft and light, but they have weight at the same time. In Europe, when your house was paid for, you would be presented with one of these, and it would be mounted on your staircase. And everybody that came over would know your home was paid for. Again, we went back to the Murano glass for our chandeliers. We have a pendant in the bedroom and a chandelier in the sitting room, and they're both by Byron Allen, and you can buy those through Smith Grubbs and Associates at ADAC. The chest is an 18th century Italian inlaid commode, which we found at Park Monceau, which is owned by Barry Hutner. Even though it's a darker piece, it gives us that weight and sophistication that we needed in the room. I love this piece of art. It's called Woman by Kate Long Stevenson, and I just love the color. And we found this at Bennett Street Gallery again, and she just does a beautiful job with her colors. It's part of her rotational series, and she is a younger emerging artist. We had this bed made by Richie Mullins, and we wanted something tufted, something plush, so we took the traditional tufting and reduced the depth and spread the diamonds out to give it a cleaner, more sophisticated, less fluffy, clean line feel. Our inspiration really for the yellow was drawn from this cut velvet that's at the bottom of the bed on the bench. It's just this pop of color in the middle of the room. It was the start of our whole color scheme. We have many different shades of yellow in the room, and I think it flows well just not sticking to one shade where everything matches perfectly, but having movement and interest and flow around your room. If you're looking for a designer, or if you're just looking for ideas to take home with you, or if you're just looking to come support the symphony, I think that there's a wealth of resources here, and there's a lot to enjoy and to learn.